We're gonna talk about lame Cobain because I don't know if anybody's talking about it, but like I don't know, I have like an international lens or whatever, and some people are probably wondering like how everybody seems to think that people are just like popping up out of nowhere. So I'm just gonna tell the very brief story of Lame Cobain. Lame Cobain is this black girl from London, and she basically made her appearance, let's say, in the Pink Panthers' first video. So if you remember, I'm gonna look this up. So the Pink Panthers had this album, and the album was called, was it called Pain? Yeah, it was called Pain. Was it called Pain? Um, So wait, no, the Pink Panthers, her first album was called To Hell With It. So it was like a mixtape, but it was a mixtape that was like street London pop. It was like street London pop. What do you call like it was almost like not alt, you know that pop rave genre of music? What is it called? Alt pop or electronic or something? Oh, EDM. It's not ED it was like the girl pop version of EDM. So that's kind of the lane that Pink Panthers it was in. It's like MySpace music for Londoners, right? So unless you were in that scene, you probably won't have any idea what I'm talking about. But actually, this is interesting. If you followed The Weeknd when he had the mixtapes, so The Weeknd started with the trilogy mixtapes back in Toronto, but like once he got signed, he put all of those three mixtapes together and made the trilogy an album. But all of those started as mixtapes, but they were like alt pop EDM mixtapes. And then only if you were in that Toronto underground scene, which at the time, I think that at the time I was in was it that wasn't Menlo Park. That was in Diablo Valley in by DVC basically. It was very not many people out here knew, but that was when Drake got on the third mixtape of The Weeknd, and that's when more people in America started to know who The Weeknd was, but he had 3 mixtapes before a Drake collab. So he was so that's the same way that like Pink Pantheress was. Like she already had a following, and then like there was like the one TikTok song. I can't remember which one was the one that then everyone started to know her, but she was already really popular in London. And then this girl, Lame Cobain, basically was like the face of the music video. So the music video is the Pink Pantheress. She's in this like basement party in London. And it's just like her with the mic and a little like electronic player. And then Lame Cobain is just outside posing with lip gloss. And that was her whole thing or whatever. But then Pink Panthers and the TikTok thing got so popular and it got really popular in America. And now, like, you guys all like, so the Pink Panthers then went on to like open for Olivia Rodrigo. So then there was like a whole crossover of like now a bunch of American girls who are also into like emo pop electronica know who the Pink Panthers is. But remember, like Lame Cobain is like the face of Pink Panthers' brand. Anyway, so now the Lame Cobain kind of went from urban streetwear Instagram model to like signed and doing ads with like UGG. Like she just posted something with Mac. I don't know. You should follow her. I think it's interesting because this is what I'm saying. I always think that London is just like ahead of everywhere else. Like you guys obviously know who Central C is. I've talked about Madeline RG here. That's another thing I do want to talk about, and maybe we will discuss this. So Madeline RG and the rise of British boarding school, not the rise, the almost like exclusive nature of British boarding schools and how that ties directly into like high tech. Because I told you guys, everyone on 3 of my teams were from the same British boarding schools. It's like a legitimate pipeline into like a very particular portion of society. And it was like really interesting. So this comes back to this London rap because Madeline RG is Central C's ex-girlfriend, but then Madeline RG had a podcast. Now she's got like a YouTube channel. But all of that, like Lame Cobain and Madeline RG are kind of in the same, at least ecosphere of like girlhood in London, which is very different from like girlhood in America. But there's all these other things about like class, race, and like sociology that I think is interesting to understand from a British lens because I just think that the Brits understand something about like race and class that America never will understand. And I don't know. I guess I just like appreciate that. I have like a sense of appreciation for it. Anyways, this has been a very short video just like explaining who Lim Cobain is and really why you should follow her. I don't know what she's doing next, but I'm just saying like this is who she is, right?